I am Dr. Harjinder Singh, Assistant Professor in Chemistry at Multani Malmodi College, Patiala. In this video lecture, we will discuss about carbanions, their structure, then we will discuss about their stereochemistry of carbanions, stability of carbanions, methods of generation of carbanions, and in last we will discuss various reactions of carbanions. So we will begin with carbanions. Now carbanions are highly reactive reaction intermediates. Now as their name suggests, as we all know, anions are the species that carries a negative charge. So here carb means carbon and anions means negative charge. So what are these carbanions? These are the species in which carbon carries a negative charge. So by definition, we can define carbanions as reaction intermediates in which carbon atoms carries a negative charge and there are 8 valence electrons around that carbon. So carbon carries a negative charge and there are total 8 valence electrons around it. Now out of these 8 valence electrons, 6 valence electrons come from the 3 covalent bonds and there are 2 lone pair of electrons. So we can write the structure of carbanions as like this. So in this structure of carbanions, there is a 2 lone pair of electrons and 3 covalent bonds. So in general, there are total 8 valence electrons. So these carbanions, they are trivalent in nature. Now if we look over the structure of these carbanions, now normally these carbanions, they can have sp3 hybridization or they can have sp2 hybridization. For example, these methyl carbanions or the simply alkyl carbanions, they have sp3 hybridization in which carbon has a sp3 hybridization. So this carbon has a 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals in which one electron is present in each sp3 hybrid orbital. Now these 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals are involved in formation of sigma bond with 3 another alkyl groups, while one remaining sp3 hybrid orbital it contains of lone pair of electrons. So in this kind of hybridization, lone pair of electron is present in sp3 hybrid orbital and therefore this molecule has a pyramidal structure. Now since in this structure there is a presence of lone pair of electrons, so this structure which is sp3 hybridized is not perfectly tetrahedral in nature. This is due to the fact that due to the repulsion between this lone pair of electron and this bond pair of electrons. Now this lone pair bond pair repulsion is much more as compared to bond pair repulsion. So due to this lone pair bond pair repulsions, their bond angle is not regular tetrahedral bond angle, but it is quite less than this tetrahedral bond angle. So in the case of these carbanions, when they have a sp3 hybridization, their bond angle is around between 97 degree to 100 degree and they have a pyramidal structure and they do not have a regular tetrahedral structure, but they have a pyramidal structure. So they have a pyramidal structure because of this lone pair bond pair interaction. This structure is just similar like in case of ammonia molecule. Now under special circumstances, when these carbanions they are stabilized by delocalization of electrons. I am repeating, under special circumstances when these carbanions they are stabilized by delocalization of electrons by resonance effect, in that case they acquire sp2 hybridization with planar structure. So that means in that cases when they are stabilized by resonance effect, in that case they have a planar structure in which carbon has a sp2 hybridization just like carbocation and this lone pair of electron it is present in unhybridized p atomic orbital. For example, in this allyl carbanion, this negative charge is stabilized by resonance with this pi bond or by delocalization of electrons with this pi bond. Now here in this case, this kind of delocalization of electrons by resonance, it always take place by overlapping between p atomic orbitals. This delocalization of electrons, it always take place by overlapping between unhybridized p atomic orbitals. So for this lone pair of electrons to get delocalized, it must overlap between the p atomic orbitals of this pi bond, and that is possible only if this lone pair of electron is present in unhybridized p atomic orbital, which is possible only when it has sp2 hybridization like this. So here in this case, this lone pair of electron is present in unhybridized p atomic orbital, so it has a trigonal planar structure, and only then it can overlap with this pi bond, because now they are in parallel to each other. So this is possible only if this lone pair of electron is present in p orbital. So in these cases, these carbonites, they acquire sp2 hybridization. For example, here in this case, this carbon has a sp2 hybridization. This carbonite, they have a sp2 hybridization. So under normal circumstances, in normal case, for example, in case of alkyl carbanites, or when they are not stabilized by resonance or by delocalization effect, these carbanites, they have a sp3 hybridization with pyramidal structure. On the other hand, when these carbanites, they are stabilized by resonance or by delocalization of electrons, in that case they acquire sp2 hybridization or trigonal planar structure. Now next we will look over this stereochemistry of carbanites. Now as we know, carbon when attached to the four different groups, for example, if a tetrahedral carbon and if it attached to the four different groups, then it may become a non-superimposable to its mirror image, and usually it shows a optical activity. Now in case of carbanites, we can also consider the same. For example, if these three groups which are attached to this carbon, if they are different, for example, if this is R, say this is R prime and this is R double prime. Now all four groups which are attached to this carbon, now they are different. So this carbon, it must be a chiral carbon, and this molecule must be non-superimposable to its mirror image to show optical activity. But in actual, these carbanites, they are not optically active. They do not show any optical stereoisomerism. They are optically inactive. This is due to the fact that these carbanites, they are highly unstable in nature, and so due to their instability, they rapidly interconvert into each other or into two pyramidal form. That means this carbonine, now here in this case, this lone pair of electrons is present on the above side. Now this carbonine is unstable, so it rapidly convert into the another form in which this lone pair of electrons is present on the bottom side. So they rapidly interconvert into each other, and due to this, now you can see these two interconverted forms, they're just mirror images of each other. So because of this rapid interconversion or rapid flipping into each other, they become optically inactive. Their average environment become same. So due to this rapid interconversion into each other, these carbanites, they are optically inactive in nature. Now this conversion energy barrier required for this conversion is different in case of different carbanites. For example, in methyl carbonate, it is just 2 kilocalories per mole, and this much of energy is easily available at room temperature, so they rapidly interconvert into each other. Their average environment becomes same, and because of that, they become optically inactive. They are not chiral in nature. Okay, now next are the different methods of generation of these carbanites. Now in general, these carbanites, they can be generated by heterolytic bond cleavage method, in which leaving group leaves without bond pair of electrons. So here leaving group leaves as a positive ion. So here these carbanites in general, they can be generated when leaving group leaves without bond pair of electrons by heterolytic bond cleavage. So this results in a negative charge over carbon, that is our carbonine. So there are various methods to generate these carbanites. Now the very first method to generate carbanites is from alkyl halides by their reactions with metal. So when alkyl halides, they are treated with metal, this metal which is more electropositive than carbon, or you can say less electronegative as than carbon, replaces this halide ion to give the metal halide, and this halide is substituted by metal. Now since metal is more electropositive than this carbon, so metal in these compounds, this metal carries a positive charge and this carbon carries a negative charge. This results in a formation of carbanites or carbanionic species. Now these compounds are also known as a organometallic compounds. For example, when you treat methyl iodide with lithium metal, this lithium metal replaces this iodine as iodide ion to give a lithium iodide, and this gives a methyl lithium compound. Now in methyl lithium, lithium metal carries a positive charge while this carbon carries a partial negative charge. So this gives a carbanion. The another and very common method for preparation of these carbanions is a deprotonation of acidic carbon hydrogen bond. As we have learned previously, these carbanions they can be generated by heterolytic bond cleavage, in which leaving group leaves without bond pair of electrons. That means leaving group leaves as a positive charged ions. So in case of compounds containing acidic carbon hydrogen bond, now this carbon hydrogen bond is usually very weak polar in nature, but in presence of very strong electron withdrawing group which are present adjacent to this carbon hydrogen bond, they usually increase the acidity of this carbon hydrogen bond. And in presence of very strong acids like butyl lithium, LD or sodium hydroxide, this hydrogen can leave this substrate as a H plus ion, leaving behind negative charge over carbon. So that will result in the formation of these carbonyl molecules. So this kind of reaction usually occurs in case of compounds when this carbon hydrogen bond is acidic in nature. That means when electron withdrawing group are present adjacent to this carbon hydrogen bonds, and usually take place in presence of a strong acid. For example, in these substrates, for example, if you have nitromethane, now this nitro group is a very strong electron withdrawing group. It withdraws electrons by resonance as well as by inductive effect. That makes these hydrogens of this methyl group highly acidic in nature. So in presence of base, this hydrogen can be removed as a H plus ion to give a corresponding carbanion, and this carbanion is stabilized by resonance. Similarly, in case of these nitrile compounds and these carbonyl compounds, this alpha carbon hydrogen bonds, they are highly acidic in nature and can be removed as a H plus ion in presence of base to generate a corresponding carbanion. So this method is a very common method for the preparation of carbanions. The other method is a nucleophilic addition to multiple bonds. Now, usually nucleophilic addition to multiple bond does not take place, but it can take place in case of activated carbon-carbon double bonds. Now, the activated carbon-carbon double bond means when a very strong electron withdrawing group is attached to the carbon-carbon double bond. For example, here in case of this molecule, nitro group is attached adjacent to this carbon carbon double bond, so that increase the reactivity of this carbon carbon double bond, and these kind of substrates they are called activated alkenes. So this methoxide ion can be added to this carbon carbon double bond, that results in a formation of corresponding anion or corresponding carbanion. Now this carbanion is stabilized by presence of this nitro group. Now this addition, this nucleophilic addition to generate carbanions over activated carbon-carbon double bond is also known as a Michael addition reaction. Okay, now next is stability of carbanions. Now in general, the stability of carbanions depends upon the charge present over carbon. These carbanions they are unstable in nature because of the presence of negative charge over carbon. So we can say less negative charge present over carbon, more will be their stability. So in general, any factor that removes this negative charge from this carbon will increase its stability, and any factor that increase this negative charge over carbon will decrease its stability. So there are various factors that can affect stability of these carbanions. So the very first factor is a inductive effect. Then the second factor that affects the stability of carbanions is a hybridization of carbon that carries a negative charge. Of course, it can be sp3 hybridized or sp2 hybridized, and in some cases it may be sp hybridized. And the extent of the conjugation or the extent of resonance. Now, as we know, more the resonance stabilization, more will be stability of carbanions. More the number of resonance structures, more will be delocalization of negative charge, and more will be stability of carbanions. So let us see the very first effect, inductive effect. Now the inductive effect can affect the stability of carbanions. So in general, if this electron releasing inductive effect, that will increase negative charge over the carbon, so it will lower the stability of carbanions, while the groups with minus I effect will increase the stability of carbanions. So if there is an electron withdrawing group, that will withdraw electrons from this carbon with a negative charge, that will decrease the intensity of this negative charge over this carbon, and therefore it will increase its stability as compared to when electron donating group is present adjacent to this negatively charged carbon. Okay, so let's take the example. If we look over the stability of primary, secondary and tertiary carbanions. Now, if these are the primary, secondary, tertiary carbanions and the methyl carbanions. Now, as we already know, this alkyl group, it has a positive I effect. That means it has a electron releasing inductive effect. Now, in case of tertiary carbanions, there are three methyl group that release electrons towards this carbon with negative charge. In case of secondary carbanions, there are only two alkyl groups that release negative charge towards this carbon. In case of primary carbanions, there is only one alkyl group with plus I effect, while in case of methyl carbanions, there is a no plus I effect. So in general, so we can say this methyl carbanions is more stable as it doesn't have any group that release electrons towards this carbon. Then primary carbanions, since it has only one alkyl group. Then secondary carbanions, and this tertiary carbanions, which consists of three alkyl group with electron releasing effect, has a least stability. This is due to here in this case this negative charge will be much more as compared to this methyl carbanion. Okay, similarly, if you have a this nitromethyl carbanion and chloromethyl carbanion, here easily we can say this nitromethyl carbanion, which has a very strong minus I and minus R effect, is more stable as compared to this chloromethyl carbanion. Now, the effectiveness of various group in stabilization of these carbanions depends upon their tendency to withdraw electrons. For example, nitro group has a maximum minus I effect than carbonyl group, sulfonyl group, esters, nitriles, halogens, and this alkyl group, they have a least stabilization tendency. The other factor that can also affect the stability of these carbanions is a hybridization of carbon that carries a negative charge. Now, we know the more S character over a atom which is hybridized, greater will be its electronegativity. Now, more S character, more will be electronegativity, and if there's a more electronegativity, it can easily hold negative charge. So that will also stabilize this negative charge. So we can say more S character in hybridization of atom that carries a negative charge, more will be its stability. For example, if we look over this simple alkyl carbanion, vinyl carbanion and propyl carbanion. Now, in case of this alkyl carbanion, this negative charge is sp3 hybridized. In case of vinyl carbanion, this carbon containing negative charge is sp2 hybridized. While in case of propylic carbanions, this carbon carrying negative charge is sp hybridized. Now, in sp hybridization, the S character is around 50%. In sp2 hybridization, it is 33%. While in case of sp2 hybrid is 33%. In case of sp3 hybridization, the S character is just 25%. So this carbon carrying negative charge has least electronegativity as it has a least S character, while this carbon in propylic anion has a maximum S character, that is 50%, so it has a maximum electronegativity. Now, more electronegativity of the atom carrying negative charge, more will be its stability. So this propylic carbanion is more stable as compared to vinylic carbanion, which is more stable as compared to simple alkylic carbanion. Okay, now next is the stability of these carbanions. It also depends upon resonance effect. Now, more the extent of resonance, or you can say more the number of resonance structures, more will be delocalization of this negative charge and more will be stability. For example, this this allyl carbanion, in this negative charge is stabilized. In this negative charge is stabilized. I think it's the structure or resonance structures are like this, not from this. The charge always move from the negative to the towards these pi electrons, so it will be like this, not this, sorry. So that will give rise to another resonance structure. So in this case, in allylic carbanion, they have two resonance structure, but in case of benzylic carbanions, you can see there are total 4 resonance structures. So you can see these benzylic carbanions, they are more stable as compared to allylic carbanions because of their more number of resonance structures. So here this negative charge is more delocalized. Now, similarly, if you have this example, in this case you have triphenyl methyl carbanion, diphenyl methyl carbanion, and simple benzyl carbanion. So in this case, obviously in this case, when there are 3 phenyl groups are attached to this carbon with negative charge, it will be more resonance stabilized than this diphenyl group, and then than this simple benzyl anion. Similarly, this resonance stabilization is also is there in case of compounds with carbonyl group. For example, here in this case, in aldehydes or ketones, this alpha hydrogen which is present is acidic in nature because of the presence of this electron withdrawing carbonyl group. So when this molecule is treated with the base, this carbon hydrogen bond breaks and this hydrogen leave as a H plus ion to give a corresponding carbanion. And now this carbanion is stabilized by resonance with this carbonyl group, and this results in a formation of enolate. Now enolate is a anion of enols. Now these compounds are known as a enols, ene plus ol. So you have a double bond, you have a OH, so they are called enols, and so these compounds give a corresponding enolate. Similarly, in case of esters also, this alpha carbon hydrogen bond, they are acidic in nature. So when they are treated with the base, that result in the formation of these carbanions which are stabilized by resonance effect with this carbonyl group. So they also give rise to enolates. And similarly, in this case, in case of malonic ester and in case of diester molecules, this negative charge is stabilized by resonance with these two carbonyl groups. So it will give a corresponding 3 resonance structure. So it's much more stable. Now these enolates, they have a very high synthetic utility and they act as intermediates in many organic reactions. Now these carbanions sometimes they are also stabilized by presence of sulfur or phosphorus atoms on the adjacent position, and this stability arises because of the delocalization of this negative charge of carbanion to vacant d orbital of the sulfur or phosphorus atom by p pi d pi overlapping. And these kind of compounds they are also known as yellides. So what are yellides? They are compounds in which negative charge present over carbon is stabilized by positive charge present over either sulfur or phosphorus, in which negative charges goes into the vacant d orbitals of this sulfur or phosphorus by p pi d pi bonding. For example, in this case, this is sulfonium yellide. So this sulfonium yellide is stabilized when this negative charge goes to this sulfur atom that have vacant d orbital. So this negative charge gets stabilized. Now similarly, these are the phosphonium yellides in which this negative charge is stabilized by the positive charge present over this phosphorus atom. So this negative charge or the negative lone pair of electrons, they can go into the d pi orbitals of this phosphorus to give this structure. So they are also stable in nature. Now these carbanions they are also stabilized by aromatization. That means these when these carbanions they become aromatic in nature, so they are become much more stable as compared to the non-aromatic compounds. For example, this cyclopentadiene is a non-aromatic compound as it consists of only 4 pi electrons. So but here this carbon hydrogen bond is highly acidic in nature and it can easily lose in presence of H plus ion, lose in presence of base to give a corresponding cyclopentadienyl anion. Now this cyclopentadienyl anion is a highly stable because it is aromatic in nature, as in this case there are 6 pi electrons, so it satisfies Huckel's rule. So this cyclopentadienyl anion is stable because of aromatization. Now same in this case, this molecule fluorine is non-aromatic in nature, but when it treated with base, it results in the formation of this carbanion which is aromatic in nature as it has a 12 pi electrons. Okay, now next we will cover the reactions of these carbanions. Now in general, these carbanions they act as a nucleophile in nature, so they undergo a variety of nucleophilic reactions. So for the very first example is a substitution reaction. So they undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. So as we have discussed, these carbanions they act as a nucleophile in nature as there is a presence of negative charge over them. So they can bring about substitution reaction, nucleophilic substitution reaction to give a corresponding carbon compounds with carbon-carbon single bond. For example, in this case, in this example, in this molecule, this carbon hydrogen bond is highly acidic in nature because of the presence of 2 electron withdrawing carbonyl groups at the adjacent position. So when it treated with the base sodium hydride in DMF, this carbon hydrogen bond breaks and this hydrogen leave as H plus ion. That results in a formation of corresponding anion. Now this anion is highly stable in nature because of the resonance effect with these two carbonyl group. Now this anion it acts as a nucleophile. So when it treated with the bromoethane, it undergoes a nucleophilic substitution reaction, and this negative charge attack on this carbon having slightly positive charge in nature, and this bromine leaves to bring a substitution product to give a substituted product. Similarly, these carbanides they can undergo say addition reactions. Now these carbanides they act as a nucleophile, so they can undergo gives the nucleophilic addition reactions, and they can undergo addition reactions to the carbonyl compounds, nitrile compounds, or multiple bonds to give a corresponding addition or condensation product. The common examples of these nucleophilic addition reactions of these carbanides are like aldol and the aldol type of reactions, Claisen reaction, Dechman reaction, and there are many other reactions. So I will take only one example of these addition reactions to the carbonyl compounds of these carbanides as aldol condensation. Now the aldol condensation, as it's a very common reaction, it's a condensation reaction between the two aldehyde or two ketones compounds in presence of dilute sodium hydroxide to give a beta hydroxyaldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone as the product molecule. So this is beta hydroxyaldehyde. Okay, now let's look over the mechanism of this aldol condensation. Now this aldol condensation takes place via formation of carbanides as the intermediate. Now in this acetaldehyde molecule, which is our starting aldehyde molecule, this carbon hydrogen bond present alpha to this carbonyl group, they are acidic in nature because of the electron withdrawing effect of this carbonyl group. So when it treated with the base like hydroxyl ion, this hydroxyl ion takes H plus ion from this alpha methyl group with the loss of water molecule to give a corresponding carbon ion. Now this carbon ion is stabilized by resonance with this carbonyl group to give the corresponding enolate ion. So this carbon ion or this enolate ion, they act as an intermediate in in aldol condensation. Then in next step, this carbon ion which is formed as intermediate, they undergoes an addition reaction to this carbonyl group. So now this in this carbonyl group, this oxygen which is more electronegative than this carbon, so this carries a partial negative charge, and this carbon carries a partial positive charge. So this carbon with negative charge, it attack on this carbon with partial positive charge, and it undergoes a addition reaction to give this addition product. Then this addition product in presence of water molecule, this O negative takes the H plus ion from water molecule, and this catalyst hydroxyl ion is again regenerated to give the corresponding beta hydroxy aldehyde, which is a aldol product. Now this aldol product which is formed over here, sometimes it further react with the base to give the eliminated product. So in the presence of base like hydroxyl ion, now since these carbohydrate bonds are still acidic in nature, so this hydroxyl ion, it can attack on this hydrogen, take it as H plus ion to give a corresponding anion, which further undergoes the elimination of this hydroxyl ion to give the eliminated alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, which is the final product over here. Now here in this step, the elimination take place by a mechanism which is called E1CB mechanism. So it's another kind of mechanism, E1CB mechanism. Moreover, these carbanides, they can undergo say addition reaction to the carbon-carbon double bond or the activated carbon-carbon double bond, and this reaction we already discussed is a Michael addition reaction. Now the activated carbon-carbon double bond is a that double bond to which a very strong electron withdrawing group is attached. For example, say in this case, now this carbon-carbon double bond is a activated carbon-carbon double bond, as it electron withdrawing carbonyl group is attached with it. So this carbon ion which is generated, it can attack on this activated carbon-carbon double bond to give the corresponding addition product, this one, which again in the presence of water molecule takes H plus ion to give a 1,4 addition product, which get tautomerized to the corresponding dicarbonyl compound. So here addition is 1,4 addition. These carbanides, they can also undergo the elimination reactions under certain conditions to give a alkene molecules, and they undergo the elimination by E1CB mechanism, as we have discussed in aldol condensation. And they undergo this kind of elimination reaction only when poor leaving group is present over substrate. For example, if this is substrate and if you treat it a very strong base, what will happen, since fluorine is a poor leaving group, so this base, it attack on this hydrogen and it take it as a H plus ion. So this result in a formation of this carbon ion, and then this leaving group leave as a anion to give a corresponding alkene as a product. So here in this case, the overall elimination reaction take place via formation of carbon ions, and this reaction mechanism is also called E1CB mechanism, where E1CB mechanism stands for a elimination unimolecular conjugate base mechanism. Moreover, these carbanides, they can also undergo say rearrangement reactions, And as in case of carbocations, they undergoes a rearrangement reactions to acquire more stability. For example, in this substrate, when you treat with this molecule with sodium hydride, which is a base, it loses H plus ion to give a corresponding carbon ion. Now here in this carbon ion, this is a primary carbon ion. Now here this phenyl group is moved to this carbon with negative charge without bond pair of electrons, and it undergoes a 1,2 aryl shift to give this another carbon ion. Now this carbon ion is highly resonance stabilized due to the presence of two phenyl groups. So this carbon ion which is formed over here is highly resonance stabilized, and it is much more stable as compared to this simple alkyl carbon ion in which negative charge is present only over carbon to give the corresponding product. Moreover, they can undergo the oxidation reaction. For example, again in the same example, when this substrate ethane 111 trityl benzene, in which there are three phenyl groups are present, is treated with the base sodium hydride. This result in a formation of this carbon ion. Now here in this carbon ion, in presence of oxygen oxidative reagents, it can lose one electron to give the corresponding free radical, and this free radical react with the another free radical to give the corresponding compound in which there is a formation of carbon-carbon bond. So they can also undergo the oxidation reaction. Okay, so in this online lecture, we have learned about carbon ions. So molecules that are in which negative charge is present over carbon, they are called carbon ions. So they have total 8 valence electrons, 3 covalent bonds, and they act as a nucleophilic in nature. Okay, now next, these carbon ions, they can have sp3 hybridization or they can have sp2 hybridization. Now in case when these carbon ions, they are stabilized by resonance or a delocalization effect, they acquire say sp2 hybridization. For example, these benzyl carbon ions or the allyl carbon ions, they have a sp2 hybridization. These carbon ions, they are optically inactive as they rapidly flip into each other. That makes them optically inactive. Now next is these carbon ions, they are stabilized by presence of electron withdrawing group, that may be due to the presence of inductive effect or by delocalization of negative charge, or the presence of heteroatoms like nitrogen, sulfur or phosphorus. Next is these carbon ions, they can be prepared by various methods. The most common method to prepare these carbon ions is a removal of acidic hydrogen from the carbon atom, and this happens when a strong electron withdrawing group is present adjacent to that alpha carbon hydrogen bond. And these carbon ions, they act as a nucleophilic in nature, so they undergo a variety of the organic reactions. The most common reactions are the addition reactions to the carbonyl compounds. And they undergo a variety to give the variety of condensation products. Thank you for watching.